Hello everybody, hello, welcome to my channel. Danny Shay here. A couple of things I want to talk about. First off, thank you to my new subscribers coming in from Susan Lynn's channel. Wow, a lot of y'all, thank you so much. To my existing subscribers, thanks for sticking with me for so long. You guys are awesome. To the people who comment, thank you, and the donations, it's just awesome. Okay, enough of all that thank you stuff. Okay, one more thank you. New changes in the channel. I have been for some time, probably for a year, thinking that I should lose the name bathrobe because it's kind of weird. But it was goofy, it was fun, and we were caught up in COVID land. We weren't getting out. I started my channel in COVID land, and I go, oh my gosh, I can't go do any readings anymore because it was all shut down. I'm gonna have to do online readings. I see some of these political tarot readers, Linda G and Kirsten Langston, I think I got her last name right, Third Eye Champagne, Scott Allen, another, Sheila, just a whole bunch of great political readers. And I got into that, but I couldn't go outside anymore. So I was in a bathrobe all the time. And I wanted it to be goofy because it was too heavy. So it stayed on for a long time, 4 years. Until I changed my email. I wanted to remove the bathrobe tarot from my email. And so I went on Google on my email account, took it off, and it changed it on every platform. Changed it on my YouTube account. And I went, oh, well, I've been thinking about it. I guess it just happened. So, new channel name, Danny Shay. I was thinking, should I put tarot, galactic, mediumship? What do I put in there? I mean, my strength is tarot. That's what I'm really comfortable with. I do a lot of other stuff. I talk to those guys. Sometimes it's not that comfortable talking to those guys because I think I'm crazy. And that's going to be another maybe something we'll read on today. What do we do as tarot readers, as psychics, when we need help? Do we go talk to a mental health professional? And they go, well, what do you do? Well, I talk to dead people. You're crazy. I don't know. We'll get into that a little bit later. So I do a lot of different things, and we're going to explore a lot of new areas in this channel in this coming year. So, new name change, here we go. All right. I always like to start off with a couple of cards that are just a couple of general cards for the week. And I'm using my Starstream Oracle deck. It's this one here, very beautiful. And the base of the deck, I'm always liking the base of the deck. It kind of gives me a foundation. You know, just pulling a deck out, what's the bottom card? Foundation. This is this card. Protect your sacred body temple. Wow. Wow. This hits me really hard because one of the things that I saw the other night was a news article on farmers and how their industry is changing so much. And a lot of these people are having huge depression issues and committing suicide. Farmers committing suicide because their business is crumbling. And I thought, how do we as psychics deal with that? We're seeing the major shift happening where our foundations are being shaken up, who do we go see? We already talked about it a little bit, right? Maybe I'll read on that. The next card I got that I shuffled was this one, Break the Negative Cycle. Powerful. Especially today, when you turn on the news, it's all about Mr. Pumpkinhead. For my new viewers, Mr. Pumpkinhead came about. He's the Orange Menace. He's the Yeti. He's 45. I don't like to mention his name. I put him in a box, sent him to Fulton County at one point. She sent him back to me. He's still in the box. He stays in the box for a while. I call him Mr. Pumpkinhead because of my Halloween deck that I pull when I read on him. And there he is. He's orange, and he's got a little too much Adderall coming out of his head. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Mr. Pumpkinhead. When we turn on the news as a habit, let's just watch this, let's watch that. And it's all this negative stuff coming in. And we're thinking, we can handle it. This card is saying no. This card is saying no. Protect our sacred temple and break the negative news cycle. So what does that mean to me? It means to me getting out in nature, letting go of this, not letting go of readings, although maybe I should do less and less of them. But I thought those were pretty good cards. All right, let's take a look at, I've written some things down. I'm going to try to be more focused with a new name. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. What a great man. What a great orator. The way he spoke brought so many people together. And the last guy that could do that for me was Obama. And you look at the politicians today that are bringing people together, it's not the same. It's just not the same. So let's see if we can get a message. I am going to be using my Beloved Dead deck. So I've been thinking about Martin Luther King Jr. and the message that he wants us to hear again. So as I shuffled these cards, let's drop it down. Let's just see if we can make sense. Because a lot of this stuff, it's going through, you know, human 3D filter. Martin Luther King Jr. Change. Really? Huh. As I look at this, I gotta laugh because this guy's got diapers on. Change the diapers. Quit being a baby. Change the diapers. Who wears diapers in our political scene right now? Oh yeah, it's Mr. Pumpkinhead. Time to change the diapers. I don't think he's going there though. I don't think he's going political here. Backstory. Change the backstory. Act of love as is. Change the backstory. It is what it is. It is what it is. Rewriting history? No. Pay attention to it. And embrace it a little bit. Whatever it is. Embrace it. It seems like. Home. Vanity. Snake. Now, some people may look at this snake card and go, evil. I see change with that snake card. Snakes, they shed their skin, and it's all about change and rebirth. For me, in this card. Home. Thankful she's not wearing a bathrobe. vanity. Are we just looking at ourselves in a way that is where we're not looking at the backstory so much, where we're not looking at the change so much? Location. Oh, change location. An act of love here and now. I'm going to stop with this one. 2 acts of love coming up. The elegance of change, not hiding, standing strong, standing tall, not hiding underneath the table anymore. Looking at us for who we really are, not what we want to dress up like, as is, here and now. Thank you for this message, Martin Luther King Jr. And it seems like it's all about change. It's like, take a look in the mirror. It starts with us. It starts with who we are, where we are. It starts with love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. All right, all right, all right. As I shift, put the beloved dead back in the box. Put the dead back in the box. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at, I saw this article on PBS about farmers. I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot. And it was all about the depression that they were going through. And PBS.org had a hotline number, and it's 988. And there's a website that you can go to, and it's 988lifeline.org. And they have these categories, and you can find what category you fit into and see if they can help you. It's kind of silly. There was no category for psychics. None. So, here we are. We're the hermit sitting up on top of the cliff, shining a light. No one's believing us. Except the community that we're in. So where do we go? Where do we go? Can we call these guys up? 988. I mean, certainly if it's getting to the edge, right? And it's like, you don't know where to turn to. Yeah, I would call them. I feel it's more of the community that we've built. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. Where do psychics turn when 988 doesn't work? Where do psychics turn? So, party. There's a tent that we can go into, big people, or we can step out of the tent and kind of dance our own little rhythm, our own little beat. We have the Two of Swords, where we're being tied up. We have it's a blind decision to make. I'm going to drop this down. Let's see if we can make sense out of this. The Two of Swords. At the base of the reading is the Knight of Cups, Knight in shining armor. So there is help, no matter, is what I'm hearing. Don't feel like we're all tied up and we're blind and there's no place to go to. You know, if we're not inside the tent and we don't fit in the group, right? We have to get outside and dance by ourselves. And then we have the Ten of Wands in the past, the burden of maybe what we know, what we do, how we do it. At the top of the reading is the worry, the Nine of Swords. Where do we go? What do we turn to when our night times are so full of anxiety and stress of Nine of Swords? And in the potential near future, again, where do we go? Illusion, delusion. Which tent do I belong into? What bowl do I fit into? And again, here's the snake down here talking about change. Looks like a coral snake. Don't mess with that. Internally, the Page of Pentacles. This is a young court card energy, bringing forth a new awareness, a new project. Externally, where do we go? The Seven of Pentacles, growth. Hopes and fears, death and rebirth. Certainly, yeah. As we see the bigger picture as psychics, mediums, galactic connectors, part of us is going to have to let go of the linear thinking of maybe our family history, our religious history, and come up with something new. And we do. It's a celebration. And it's stepping into the light, stepping in and owning that stage, and accepting the applause, so to speak. And it's a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles. What's in the back here? It looks like mediumship hands. So let me go back to this card here, because when I flipped that over, I was listening to Eckhart Tolle talking about the awareness of universal consciousness, the law of one, of God, whatever that means to each and every one of us. And he says that, you know, we as human form turn this idea of God, universal consciousness, the law of one, that cannot be named, that cannot be that cannot be understood, yet can be understood. We humans at this time reduce it to 3 letters, G-O-D. And it's like what? We reduce it to 3 letters, that expansiveness of the universe, that expansiveness that's in that death and rebirth card. And we reduce it to, he was so funny when he did this, to our alphabet, to a bunch of clicks and sounds and vowels, A-E-I-O-U. So then I think of light language. And I'm like, oh, that would have more information coming in, the clicks and clacks and sounds, than just God. I think. So when we as psychics see things beyond the realm of the 3D, and we understand things in a different language, light language, telepathy, we know things, we just have to accept that. It's a new beginning, and just stand up there and be okay with it. But if you need to go help and get help from somebody, this is a good place to get it. I'm not a therapist. I'm an entertainer. I flip cards. But I'm in a shirt this time. I'm not in a bathrobe. So where's my entertainment only card? So, and again, if you need help, get it. Get it. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at, is Biden doing the right thing before I get into politics of Iowa? What is going on with, so in the very beginning, I thought Biden was doing, I guess, the right thing. I never think that, I think this industrial war complex is way out of control. It was probably never a good idea. But again, I'll leave that for the historians. But right now, with our budget more on the military side than for the humanitarian side, it's out of balance. It's not balanced right. So when Biden is giving money to Ukraine, I'm like, okay, that's good, I guess. Got to defend them. And then Biden giving money to Israel, I go, oh, okay, that was harder for me to go, okay, that's good, I guess. And then when you see what's being done, I can't watch it. It's horrific. And then the Houthis are now attacking ships. And Biden is now striking, doing limited targeting strikes. And I like the limited targeted strikes. I think that's what Israel should be doing, but I'm not a world leader, so no one's asking me. But if they were, I would say, you guys are smart enough. And if they were, I would stop all funding until they start giving money for humanitarian purposes so people aren't starving. Okay, that was my rant. My belief only. All right. And I still think that we are seeing all of this chaos so that we can change, so that we can bring about a better world to live in. Is Joe Biden doing the right thing? Is it going to hurt him politically in November of 2024? Let's break it up into two. Is Joe Biden doing the right thing by attacking the Houthis to keep the war from spreading? Is Joe Biden keeping the war from spreading? Nine of Swords, really worried. Temperance, balance. Let's just keep going with this. I'll drop it down so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. Nine of Swords, Temperance. Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. We have the Emperor in the past. As it relates, the Knight of Pentacles dropping money. Slow moving night. Yeah, it's going to be a slow moving night. And for someone, this Emperor, it feels just like it's a chess game. And it's like, really? You're playing with lives here. It's just a chess game. Potential near future. Heartbreak. That's Knight of Pentacles, slow-moving knight, bringing heartbreak in the potential near future. Internal position for me is the Six of Wands, success. I think this is short-term success. External position is the King of Swords. So this King of Swords, is this Biden sitting down giving people swords, bombs, jets, air, precision striking? He's not involved in it so much. He's kind of like, these wars are all like TV wars. We get to see him, but we're not in him. But man, am I feeling the energy from these. Hopes and fears, Hermit. The hope is that, I don't know, is this an isolation thing? Are we shining a light on something? Are we not doing the right thing? Are we not getting engaged enough? This hopes and fears is a tricky one. The final outcome, potentially, if we want to keep it this way, Two of Swords. It's hard to make this, it's hard to make, is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing? We're blind. We're making these sword decisions, these aerial bombing, precise bombing decisions, and we're kind of blind. We don't know if it's the right thing or the wrong thing to do. A clarification is we got to do something. We have the Five of Cups, sorrow, loss. And the Ten of Cups. That it will be okay. Eight of Wands. Things coming really fast. In the Moon card. So let me just look at Four of Swords. Retreat. Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. Judgment. Yeah, he may be judged with this. It feels like there's a lot of hiding with this stuff. The Ace of Wands, a new idea coming out. But again, holding on tight, being protected with the Seven of Wands, defending yourself. And then Judgment. He's going to be judged a little bit on this, I think, in November. So this feels like such a short term response. They're not, just heard Nikki Haley in my head, where she goes, we can't be looking at short-term fixes. We need to be looking at long-term fixes. 20 years, how is this going to affect 20 years down the line? And I think of the books that I've read on indigenous people, where they go, make the decision not on this life, and not on your sons and daughters' lives, but how is this going to affect 7 generations down the road? 7, 6, whatever, I can't remember. And I know you guys do remember, so, but it's the same thing that Nikki Haley said. Make a decision based on future generations, not just this one. Let's see how that's going to play out for Joe in November. How's this going to play out for Joe in November? Supporting, giving money to Israel as Israel starves the Palestinians. How is this going to do? You know, and a lot of times Bernie Sanders has, you know, for an old white guy, he's got some really, really good ideas. I don't agree with him. I probably agree with him 50% of the time. This one, I'm in full agreement. I'm also in agreement when he's wearing his mittens. And remember that image of him? It's pretty funny. All right. I think it was COVID land. COVID time. Okie dokie. How is this going to affect Joe Biden in November in the elections? And what I was picking up psychically for this is it's not going to affect him. He's gonna, I mean, if it comes down to Trump and Biden, it's not going to be that big of a decision. People are going to forgive a lot of what Joe Biden did because what's your choice? But is this going to hurt? Cards don't like it. Is this going to hurt him? Is this going to hurt him? I'm just going to pull 6 real quick. I was going to pull 3. Okay, let me drop it down and y'all can see 6 cards. We got the Queen of Wands, some new information coming out. This is, you know, happy, positive energy with this Queen of Wands. Some new information may be coming out, but what's crossing this information, maybe it's the November polls or whatever, is the 5 of Cups, the loss, the sorrow. In normal Rider-Waite decks, there's 3 spilled cups and there's 2 full cups. So it feels like there's going to be some people that are focused on the cups that have spilled, not what the bigger picture is going to be. And I get chills even when I say that, because if you have family members that have lost in this war, then that's the bigger picture, right? That loss. At the base, it's the 10 of Cups. This is my Democratic card. The Democratic base is going to come out. Yeah, we're maybe sitting on the sidelines, maybe reading some information. I don't want to say sitting on the sidelines. This is in the past, but it's walking a tightrope of what to believe, what not to believe. Pay attention to not only your ideas that are coming in, but do the research yourself. As we walk this tightrope, this political tightrope, news is going to be coming fast. And here's the Justice card. Balance, bringing balance. Let's keep going with this. I'm going to use my Rider-Waite deck to clarify, what is this Justice with Joe Biden? And as I look at this card, I look at the 2 hands. One is strength and one is more gentle. There's a shadow side to Joe Biden. How is this Middle East crazy war going to affect him? What is this Justice card? Clarify this Justice card as far as his November election. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. So we're getting new information. We still get yuckiness crawling out of the darkness, out of the water. Got crazy howling at the moon. And I shouldn't call lobsters craziness, but they got pinchers. They could sting him. and the Magician. So he's going to be able to manipulate. That's with this Magician card. He's manipulating what we see, what we feel. It's going to turn this into some Biden magic. So it's ugly, it's sad, it's painful. I'm going to go on one more deviation with this. Are there foreign actors besides Iran, Hezbollah, the Houthi? Is there somebody, China, Russia, somebody else that is talking to, that wants this to escalate? Is there dark energy that wants this to escalate? Yes, there is dark energy. Is there another country that is behind this? Is there another country that is behind this? King of Swords, Four of Swords, retreat, moving on, strength. Yeah, but no, is what I'm getting with this. Yes, but no. So I got the King of Swords. Is there somebody else behind it? Yeah, there could be somebody, the King of Swords. That could be the Hamas just saying, we've had enough, we want our land. Them lashing out. But this King of Swords energy doesn't feel like, it feels more of a reserved type of sword energy. So I'm not really getting that it's Hamas. This Four of Swords is it's the sickness, the protectiveness. We need to protect us. Let me see if I can get this. We then have the Chariot, the Strength, the Devil, and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, super powerful, new calming energy. But it's being tied to the Devil, an addiction card. Strength is behind him, moving on. So it feels like, yeah, there could be something else going on, but not with this Ace of Cups. This Ace of Cups is new emotional start. Winning at any cost. The karmic wheel. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is that with this chess piece, and as I tried to make sense out of, is it somebody else that's trying to influence the region? And the information that I got for entertainment only is it's Netanyahu. He's the one pulling the strings. He's the King of Swords that's creating all this sorrow and retreat in the Four of Swords, this sickness. People moving on, winning at any cost. He's just playing a game. Just playing a game as the Emperor. $2024 for Netanyahu. I'm going sideways with this. 2024 for Netanyahu. 2024 for Netanyahu. Knight of Cups. Knight in shining armor. I'm going to protect you all. Is that right? Yeah. I'm going to illuminate. It's the moon. He's saying one thing, and yet he's delivering something completely different. I'm going to be your knight in shining armor. I'm going to be, well, it was that addiction card, the devil card above it. You got the magician, the lovers, wow. The 7 of wands defending himself, and the king of swords. I think with this, that could be legal stuff coming up. His support could be waning. He's got to defend himself. This support of the U.S. all the time, and that could be the U.S. Empress, Queen of Swords. Russia internally. Queen of Swords. Hopes and fears. 10 of Swords. Yikes. This is Netanyahu now. Someone's going to stab him. At least he hopes. Maybe he won't get stabbed. Winning at any cost. Actually, this is the verbal 5 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Page of Wands. Let's clarify this King of Swords, because it looks like he's in for a big battle with a lot of strong and newer information coming. So it's going to start out with, yeah, you know, we got this information on you, and his government is trying to get rid of him. You know, there's a big, he doesn't have support of his whole government, for sure. And the community now is like going after him. International Court of Law. And he's just fighting and fighting and fighting. Defending himself. Battle of words. But this Queen of Wands, it's like, really? You want to go up against me? And then new information coming on the Page of Wands. What is this King of Swords? Potential near future lawyers. This could be the international court. And then you have the Queen of Swords, another legal issue coming at him externally. But he does have this magician quality that he can, you know, nothing up my sleeve. Look over here. Okay, what's this King of Swords? What's this King of Swords about? King of Cups, Joe Biden. Giving and receiving. The Emperor again. Internally is the Empress. The clarification is the Emperor. I don't know. It feels like he may be getting money from the Empress card, the Russia card. I don't know. But it feels like whatever's, if Joe Biden is going to, Joe Biden right next to the giving and receiving, and then you had the Emperor playing chess. With the King of Swords. It feels like that's coming to an end. It does. Feels like that is coming to an end. Did I read that right? 3 cards. That Netanyahu's money is coming to an end. Maybe he's going to be asking another authoritarian leader for money? Is that money coming to an end? Did I read that right? Ace of Wands. I read that right. He's going to be getting money from somewhere else. Did I read it right? Yay! You read it right. All right. That was the question. He is, Joe Biden's going to stop giving him money, but he's going to get money from somewhere else. Is he still going to be ruling Israel in the next 6 months? Is he still going to be the leader of Israel in the next 6 months? I got yes. Yeah, with some shenanigans. The magician. I got the moon card again, so he's going to keep it together in the next 6 months, but he's got the Star of Hope, but he's playing with lightning. And then the next card is the moon card. It's going to sink him a little bit, but he's still going to rise up because he's the magician. All right, 46 minutes. Let's read on Mr. Pumkin Head. All right, Mr. Pumkin Head. Let's just look at the money that he is going through this week. So, what is going on? So, I think New York is didn't Judge Erdogan say he's going to make his decision on how much Trump owes, how much the organization is up for. And reading on his money, Mr. Pumpkinhead's money, is always tricky because he gets a lot of money from the MAGA guys, small donors. They still believe that he's, you know, the guy. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. So let's look at, so he's got, what's he got going on this week? He's got the New York case that may say you owe a couple of $100 million. You have the E. Jean Carroll cases that you need to pay up some money. Is there anything going on money-wise? How much money is Trump gonna spend? That's the question this month. Or be on the hook for, be fined, be held against him. How much Trump's money this week? Trump's money this week. Not counting donations. Knight of Bats. King of Bats. Ooh, 5 of Bats upside down. So bats in this deck are swords. So we have the Knight of Bats. That's like, okay, that. And to me, this is kind of weird because I always thought E. Jean Carroll was bigger than it seemed. I still think that's true, but I think this is E. Jean Carroll. She was the first. She was out there. She got him. Rape by any other name. In New York, it's worded weirdly, but you know, it's like the word God. We got to get away from the 3 letters and open up our awareness to the whole thought, the whole concept. Knight of Bats. King of Bats. Who's the King of Bats? Is that Jack Smith? But in this case, what I was talking about, that would be Judge Erdogan. And Trump is still going to mouth off as much as he can, but he's got the 5 of Swords, 5 of Bats, winning at any cost. It's upside down. Uh-oh. He lost. Now, if bats were money, but they're not, but if bats were, Eight of Imps, 9 of Imps, oh, 4 bats. So, you have the 8 of Imps, 8 of Swords, coming pretty good at you. They're flying all around. If these were thoughts, that would be what he's thinking about in his head. That baddie thing, that baddie thing, that baddie thing. But then you have the 9 of Imps. This 9 of Imps card, 9 of Wands, he's kind of restricted in what he can do. It's going to make him sick. What he has to give up? 4 swords. It's going to make him sick. Maybe he could have a... Maybe he could really get sick with this. I mean, but he's got so much bats in his belfry flying around. Remember the 8 of bats? So many bats up there. And then with the 4 bats, they're all lined up. They're all quiet. How many indictments does he have? Does he have 4 indictments? 94 something, 91 counts? Or, I don't know. It hurts the bats in my belfry. Okay. All right. Let's look at... what else? I could look at Iowa, but I don't want to. I think I'm done. I am done. One card to pull to say bye-bye. And I am using... Oh, let me use... I'm using Light Seers, because that's what I got. Light Seers. Last card to say goodbye. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for joining, liking, subscribing, everybody. Remember, you can give as much as you want, but if nobody's there to receive it, you got to ask, and you'll get it. Giving and receiving. 6 of Pentacles. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for watching. Peace and love.